Oh, it seems to be capturing. Okay. Hello everyone. Yes, it's a little early, but hello. Just gonna send out some links, and then I can tell you what's up tonight. Alright, so what's up tonight? Well, from the sound of it, we'll have to do some... There we go. Sound should be adjusted now. We're gonna be playing some Risk of Rain 2. For those unaware of this game, it's a roguelike. Anybody remember back in the days when I was doing my Dead Cells runs should probably have a good idea of what this is about by now. And specifically, just to get to the point, we're gonna be trying to get a little achievement here called Family Bonding to unlock the final ability for the False Son. Again, since we're going for an achievement, I'm gonna play on Drizzle, which is the easiest difficulty. And I'm gonna play the False Son, which is a melee-oriented character. I will explain some things about the game as we go along, but for now, essentially this is a game where, to those who are completely unaware, you go from stage to stage, clearing areas, grabbing loot, killing bosses, and trying to get to an ending, ideally. We're specifically going to go for the Mithrix kill, which is basically the main ending of the game. And we're gonna try to get him in a particular way to unlock this achievement. So tonight's goal is to do a full run where we kill Mithrix, preferably by having Aurelion Knight, which is a summon, do it, while he's affected by Lunar Ruin, which is one of this guy's abilities. Also, let's say that I also have like basic and Unchained skin. I'm actually quite obsessed with this game in my free time. And yeah, without further ado, I think I have explained enough to start. I'm sure we'll see more on the way, so... Oh, also, to those that are aware of what the Risk of Rain is like, I won't be using any artifacts for this. I want to try and make this a bit of a challenge, because I could just go Artifact of Command and a few others among these and just make it real easy, but I'll just opt to try and do it normally, so this might not work, but hey, just gonna say it now. If we don't succeed on the first try, we might as well try this again next week. Depending on how things go, that might just be the plan. Another real question is... Yeah, I'll go with Laser of the Father for this one. I will be also trying out one of the newer things. Right. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. There has been a new update basically, where they revamped the characters from the latest DLC and added some new abilities. One of said new abilities, of course, is Lunar Stakes. The other is the one we're trying to unlock, and There's also abilities for the other two characters in the roster, but I haven't gotten around to those yet since Fall Zone has kind of become my main since he was released, so I'm trying to get his abilities done and dealt with first. And I'm gonna be trying out this new ability, Lunar Stakes, which basically one of the main mechanics of Fall Zone is Lunar Ruin, which is a debuff that he applies through his secondary attack. And Lunar Stakes are an alternate way of applying that, where instead of firing spikes that attach to targets and deal damage, he fires a piercing stake that does lightning strike on everybody it hits. So we're gonna be having some fun with this one. I have not really used this, but that's the first time for everything. And now that I have sort of explained most of everything, I believe this would be a good point to start. We're only 6 minutes in, let's see how long it takes us. So to give a little play-by-play on what's going... Ooh. Okay. To give a little play-by-play on what's going on while we go, essentially we drop on this planet on the first stage. There are variations to every stage, so like there's basically different types of stages you can spawn in, and we will have to complete a cycle. Now a cycle is consisting of 5 stages, so essentially the way you go about it is you beat the first 5 stages, and then you decide on whether you want to go to the moon to finish the run or continue forward into a new cycle. And usually you can also access different endings by accessing new cycles. There's also a timer that correlates with difficulty. And yeah, we're just gonna try to get through the stages, get to our goal, and see if we can get done. Now, what I have found here is very important. This is from the new DLC that this character is from. Essentially, it's a sort of... it's a shrine that will drain me of my gold, which I would normally use to purchase powers and things like that. But in doing so, it will also allow me to fill up its power, and if it goes to full power, I'll get the ability to do some pretty fun stuff. More specifically speaking, I'll get the option of choosing 3 items among 5, and some of those can be really good, so yeah, we're looking for some good drops here. Now, okay, that was a good one. I just have to clear out mobs until I get to the point where I can finish the shrine. We shouldn't be too far now. We're almost done with the shrine. So yeah, basically the more gold it fills with, the higher it goes, and once it gets to the top, we can fight the boss and get our items. There is a chance this boss will actually kill me. I wouldn't worry too much about that though. Like, even if it gets me, we're still at the beginning of the run, it should be fine to continue from here. I just need more enemies to spawn, by the way, because we're having some slim pickings, it seems. it's blocking my shots. Alright, let's see. Okay, and there's the boss. I really don't like that he threw me over when I was about to cast that, but oh well. It should be enough to get him. Yep. Now, what defeating him does is that allows me to progress to the DLC area, which, well, we won't do. But what we will do is take this. Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna take you, and you. So basically in this game you find items that enhance your character, much like every roguelike, much like in a lot of roguelikes actually, I wouldn't say every. And essentially you want to build your character up so that you become insanely powerful and can take on stronger and stronger challenges, because going forward, guess what, you're gonna need that, because Mythics is technically the likes of a god, so yeah. If we're gonna kill a god, we need to get absurdly powerful, so let's get to it. For now, the items I have is the lantern and the antlers. The antlers allow me to pick up speed buffs, which is really good because if there's one thing I know about my boy Folson, is that he's not a speedy one. He is, however, a very strong one, so if we can get him speedy, well, you know, it's like a boulder going down a hill, you ain't gonna stop him. And the other item I picked was the lantern. Ooh, that's nice. The lantern allows me to increase my attack speed based on how many enemies are nearby. So if whoever gets surrounded, it's really not that big of a deal. In fact, we kind of want to get surrounded now. We're at our strongest when surrounded. Well, anyway, the other item I just picked is a stake, which normally isn't a bad item. It gives you some extra HP. However, Folson has a mechanic where the more he increases his HP, the more his powers actually increase. So this is a double benefit for us. Here I'm gonna take Monster and Paul's Goat Hoof. The Goat Hoof allows us to increase our movement speed, and the Monster Tooth allows us to spawn healing orbs whenever we kill an enemy. So basically increasing our survivability, increasing our speed, just increasing our stats right now. We don't have anything crazy going on, but we have some pretty good build up for our stats going. And we should be good to keep building from here. Okay, I'm gonna leave you for later. So what you just saw was a sign of chance. You can spend money to maybe get an item. Sometimes you get really lucky and you get your items instantly, other times you don't. It's just luck. Here we're gonna take the Mocha, yeah. Mocha basically allows us to... It increases both attack speed and movement speed, so it's kind of a really good bonus. It does do significantly less though when compared to items that only increase one stat. So it's a small buff to 2 stats instead of a big buff to 1 stat. However, we still like that because, again, we're mostly just building up our character right now. Okay, this is not a bad item. It's probably one I'm gonna trade. Okay, so we tried for the sign of luck and things went horrible. The item I just got, however, basically, whenever I would take damage while it's active, instead of taking all of the damage at once, it will mitigate some of the damage and apply it over time. It is not bad per se, it's more so that with how much health and resistance we're gonna have, we're probably gonna better off not having it. Like, I believe flat reduction and flatly avoiding damage is better than mitigating it over time. But that's besides the point. Until we can find a good trade, we're not going to do anything about that. Also, one reason why I don't like the disc, the Warped Echo, is because I have died to the damage over time effect in the past. You know, miscalculating things, and I don't want to be in that situation. Okay, now that was powerful there. You can really see how it's all starting to pick up together now. Like, as soon as they start hitting us and as soon as we start getting this ball rolling, it all just floats along the stream really. Let's see what's here. Again, the sign of luck, lots of those around here. I wouldn't really say it's a good thing that we have so many. Personally, prefer some normal chests, but oh well. Anything good? Nope. Anything good? Again, could be better, could be worse. Also, I'm gonna need to go and find some drones. Okay, so this is healing drone, this is a gun drone, that's what we want. So drones are basically summons, so they help you in combat, very useful when you're playing a character like this one, who solely focuses on melee combat, because ranged enemies exist and I don't like them. Especially if I cannot hit them with my club, like that guy. I have to rely on my spikes for that guy. Oh, and another Warped Echo. How does the stack work on these? Okay, the next social damage reduced by 20% and spread. Okay, all echo damage is non-lethal. That's every 15 seconds. So, getting multiple stacks of this is not really that great. It just applies the mitigate damage over a longer period of time, which it is not bad, but could be much better. If nothing else, at least we'll have a lot of scrap material if we can find a scrapper. And a hidden chest here. No, okay, moving on. We should have another one of these right here. We don't have enough money though. Let's change that. Enemies. We need enemies. So yeah, I was going to actually stream Baldur's Gate tonight again, but since this update dropped, and this is one of those games where I like to just boot it up and play on my own for a long while, I decided, you know what, why not, let's do a stream about it. I'm probably will return to that Baldur's Gate 3 streams again in the near future, but just trying to figure things out really. I'm not sure, like, I want to do more stuff on the channel, but like at the same time I guess it's good. I guess no more, it's no longer as much of an issue to say this. I am working on a book of my own, like, you know, a, a reading book, a storybook, I guess you could say. Um, I guess I have dropped some hints in other stuff in the past, but I guess I could talk a little bit about it now. Basically, I'm working on a sci-fi novel, and that's kind of taking like a lot of my time, alongside, life stuff, and also lots of D&D. Yeah, um, a lot of D&D. But I don't really count it as something that takes up my time because I enjoyed it too much. I also enjoy writing the book a lot, but that one, I always think of as like something I need to do rather than something I do on the side. Because, yeah, we have a team, and I'm trying to like uh, keep with the schedule. I'm finding out that apparently writing dialogue can be a little bit more tricky than originally anticipated, because certain scenes flow like butter, and then there is other scenes I need to prepare for, and it's like, yeah. I guess if anybody watched this time and has like, I guess, book writing advice, feel free to give me your ideas in the comments. Like, what do you do for weird dialogue that you need to pan out a scene? Because it's kind of where I'm at right now. It's like I basically am trying to fill the gaps between scenes, so there can be like some proper pacing between events happening. Oh my! Which got a legendary. Okay, that was definitely worth it. It was worth every penny. Which got a legendary. Legendaries are extremely rare items. They are red in color, and the one which got is Warbond, which basically got a huge buff recently, and we're about to nuke the boss with this thing. Alright, let's destroy him. Go. That did not do nearly as much as I thought it would. Alright, I forgot, we got an equipment item. Equipment items are actually items you can activate with your abilities. It's the orange thingy. Hold on, here. This guy. Alright. And with an item from this, Hope Feather. So basically, Hope Feather allows double jumping. That's kind of its whole thing. Doesn't seem like much, but when you need it, it's there for you. Like Hope. It's also a subtle nod to the creators of the game, Hopu, which, always nice to catch a reference. Though I'm fairly certain. Actually, you know what? I don't exactly know what's up with the development of this game right now, so I will not say something that's possibly wrong on the internet. I know where that story can lead. So yeah, reference, double jump, we can also hit these guys now, so that's nice. Okay, let's melt you down, and then let's go grab that broken drone real quick. Okay, 72, that's easy. And we're heading to the next area. We spent very long time here because of the Sirens of Chance, but hopefully we can make this time up in the following two stages. Usually I aim to spend around 10 minutes on each stage, which by some players is still too much, but it's usually what I'm comfortable with. However, Sirens of Chance are like usually not really helping me with that. I will say I've had more bad chance than good chance with those. but I wouldn't say they're optimized in a way where you can't win, because I've definitely seen a lot of people win, and I've definitely seen a lot of people win extremely easily on those. I'm of the opinion that's just a me thing. It really doesn't matter that much. Especially we got Warbond. Like, if we can really build this thing up and give it a lot of stacks, it can really do some damage later. Okay, so I should also probably explain why I'm circling this chest like a vulture. This is a large chest. Large chests have a higher chance of having higher rarity rewards. So we could get another legendary here. We could definitely get an uncommon. Let's see. Okay, Kiero's Band is actually a really good uncommon. It allows to create a fire tornado whenever we perform a heavy strike, if it's out of cooldown. This should have done the trick, but didn't. Okay. Can we get this one? Yes, we can. Okay. So now we have 2 gunner drones, 2 medic drones. They should be able to keep each other alive, so that's good. Okay, what's the price for normal box around here? 66, that's... So this is why I shouldn't have stuck around for the Shrine of Chance, because now difficulty and time has progressed, and as those do, so do the prices on boxes. So I've inadvertently kind of screwed myself over there. But again, we're gonna aim to recover soon. So that's 2 boxes right here, we're gonna keep those in mind. What was I talking about before that? Oh yeah, book stuff. Yeah, so yeah, I'm basically working on a novel. I'm looking forward to sharing more about that in the future. We have a very I'm working alongside a very talented artist, who some of you who are familiar with some of our other endeavors as a channel or other channels you might know of. But all will be unveiled in good time, and I can't really say more right now, not due to any contract or anything. We're just, you know, we're on an agreement to not reveal too much before we have enough. Oh, also the item we just got is going to really help us catch up with time, because Roll of Pennies is a really good item. It basically allows us to generate gold every time we take damage, and considering we're playing a slow beefy boy, it's not a bad thing to have, honestly, because it's already paying dividends. I also had some soup earlier, and boy, I think I went through that thing a little too fast. Because it's definitely given me something to worry about. Oh, here's a scrapper. Okay, here we can just put these in, and yeah, there we go. Oh, also another item I got and not talk about is the shield and the dagger. The shield is the little like blue thing. It gives me basically temporary, well, not temporary health. It gives me additional health that I cannot heal, but it will automatically regenerate of combat, also known as shields. And the dagger has a 10% chance on its stack to give my enemies bleed. Now this is something we really want, because with Lunar Ruin and bleed, if we get another item called the Death Mark, we can create a very powerful damage over time build, where we rely a lot on debuffs to weather down an opponent. Another item that would be great in that kind of playstyle would be Satanic Justice, but that's a legendary, so I can't exactly rely on that to happen. And I can now rely on that to happen a lot more. The item which is called Sailstar, and what Sailstar does basically... Okay, Sailstar followed by Mocha, okay, I love this game. So Sailstar essentially allows us to... the first box we open on each stage contains an extra item. And each stack of Sailstar has a chance to generate additional items on that first box. So for example, if we go in an area where we know there is a legendary chest, which has a guaranteed legendary, we can go there first, open it up, and guarantee ourselves multiple legendaries in one. And that's just... I mean, come on, how can you go wrong with that? Also, being able to generate Kiara's Band on primary attack, very good thing. I am a little bit worried about that, since basically Kiara's Band is something I usually can trigger of my own volition whenever I want it to, not really something I do on primary attack with most characters. So yeah, it could be a problem of it activating a lot more often than I needed to and not when I needed to. But honestly, we're playing Full Son, so none of this should be an issue. We should be able to breeze through the game with this guy, because this is a very powerful hero, honestly. Like, when compared to most other heroes, I think he... And this comes from somebody who has no idea of like what tier lists look like in this game, outside of the jokes that Seth is the bottom of the tier list, which thanks to this new update hopefully is not the case anymore. Oh, you're going for scrapping. Unstable teleporter, not a great item for me personally. It teleports you when you're low on health. I've been killed by it too many times, and we just got an amazing item. Okay, the Tome, Gore's Tome, allows us to generate money by killing enemies. It's rare, but it will drop giant gold chunks that we're called to pick up, and if we do, we are rich. Oh, speaking of we are rich, I also have been thinking about Deep Rock lately again, but like, I'm kind of holding off on that until there is an update, or until very least a roguelike. I definitely would love to stream some rogue core in this channel in the future. You know what? If you guys would like to see some rogue core around here, if you're watching this and would be interested in seeing more roguelike games, especially rogue core, let me know in the comments. Like, yeah, I would definitely be down to do it, and I'm most likely going to do it anyway, but, you know, if you wanna see it, I'll do it a lot faster. I mean, the powers that be forbid that I would hear the people call my name and not answer their pleas. Jokes aside, I probably will play that game as soon as I can get my hands on it. Is there anything else where we should be aiming to grab here? I guess not really. Alright, now let's see here. Man, this is just a game where you can just talk and talk for hours about stuff. Ooh, that's a good one. And a reservoir basically allows us to return damage whenever we're hit. Gonna be really useful for those pesky flyers. since they don't have a lot of health, but they do hit us a lot. Okay, let's just obliterate that guy, I guess. I think that's everything for this stage. Let's just get out of here. Okay, this time around, we're closer to 10 minutes for the stage. We're not making up for lost time, but at least we're not losing more time than usual. Okay, now that's war bonds coming into play because yeah, those artillery strikes, that's what it's all about with those. Oh, now we have Noxious Thorns, which are really good for this character. Basically all debuffs get to be passed around. That's an equipment box, which might be good because while Doppelganger is fun and summoning an extra version of myself is not a bad thing, I would like to get something a lot more with a lot more utility. Oh, yep. Down here. Okay, no. After a while we're gonna get to the point where we're just gonna have so much passive damage going around that we can just throw one thing and destroy everyone. Until that day comes, however, we're stuck with fighting. Caffeinator, not really that good. Let's go to the next stage. Alright, let's see here. So now we're at the acid pools. I don't know if that's actually the name of this place, that's what I call it. And here we can get some stuff, but like I'm really just trying to find out if there's a large box so we can take our Sail Star first. Also trying to not be overcome by the urge to open up a box along the path is equally important. Okay, that's a good candidate. What is there in a large box? Oh, you're getting blasted. Alright, so let's get moving. Large boxes. And a large box anywhere. That's a normal box. A normal box. You are getting blasted. Okay. Just going to have to look around a little more. But I think we're gonna end up going for that utility box. Hoping to get some speed items. Normal box. Yeah, so I don't think there's any large box that I can see. Or I'm completely blind, and I'm gonna pay for this in the near future with seeing one later on and regretting life. But right now, let's open this. Okay, we got some speed, so life's good. Flashbang, we take those. Chance to stun target is always nice. Though I do think our main target Mythics is unstunnable, but oh well. Okay, Chronic Expansion is good. Basically, the faster we kill enemies, the more bonus damage we can deal. Syringe and Mocha. Syringe increase attack speed, so we're definitely seeing some buffs right now. We're getting the ball rolling, finally. And that's Chronic Expansion reaching its limit. So we'll love to see it. We'll love to hear it actually. Almost missed the platform completely there. And moving into here, we're gonna grab... oh yeah, more daggers. Like, if I can get 10 daggers and guarantee that every strike I do gives them bleeding, yeah, we definitely want that. At the same time, we don't want to do too much damage on autopilot, because in the end of the day, we're trying to get Mythics killed by Aurelionite. But that also relies on the fact that we're gonna get Aurelionite, which, oh, well, the illusion of choice, everybody. I get a multi-shop terminal and they're all the same item. Oh, and another one for good measure. Maybe choice is an illusion. I don't know. Who can I really know? What I do know is that this is another Gyara's band. That's good. We'll go across the pond here. Open up. Gasoline. Okay, now the deep. Now see, that's where the debuff build really starts to get going. And now we can just start burning everything. Let's throw down the clone to farm us some money. That's the more to use that game more often. Let's get War Banner. War Banners can be really nice if you can start stacking them. And because we have this little item, Noxious Thorn, every time an enemy that has debuffs like fire or bleeding dies, he transfers his debuffs to the next guy, so we're literally doubling it and sending it to the next. I'll take Recycler. Now, this is a really good item because if we get an item we don't want, we have a chance to turn it into an item we do want. No guarantees, but it's better than nothing. And while I wouldn't say the Mimic is nothing, I would say that considering the speed at which we're obliterating everything in our path, it's not really necessary either. Oh, there's our first banner. Banners are really fun because whenever you start a teleporter event or level up, you will place a banner and they're basically just an area where all stats get boosted as far as I can recall. Okay, what's this? Hop of Feather, okay, we'll take it. Not a bad item. Having more jumps is definitely fun. I think that's everything for this area, but I'm gonna just do one extra small area because I'm fairly certain there's something here I have not taken. Oh, yep, there is one. Are you chronic expansion? Okay, want you. Alright, let's get the teleporter variant started. Banner up. Oh, Excite-Con start. Yeah, I don't like this one. Okay, that went significantly easier than usual. And got Predatory Instincts, which increase our attack speed whenever we score critical. Kinda useless to us right now since we don't have criticals, but you never know. Though if I can get some lens meter goggles, that'd be really nice. Well, I mean, we do have a 10% chance of critical by default, I think. Okay, we're almost done with this teleporter event. And there we go. 4th stage. Okay. Oh, this one is gonna have some easy legendaries. Well, one easy legendary. Oh, that's the magma worm. Don't know what he's doing here, but I'm gonna have to kill him, I guess. So this is definitely not like the build strength I would be looking to have at this point, but we're not doing bad. Just we could be doing a lot better. Oh, there we go. We got care of the magma worm, and now do we have anything good here? I believe we do. Nice. If you have both Ronald's band and Kiara's band, they basically have the same effect. One is fire, the other is frost. But if you have both of them, you can actually make their cooldown go down a lot faster, which is really good because if you can auto trigger it, would like to do that as much as possible. Again, normally my main attack doesn't do enough damage to trigger it, so part of me is glad that we have this level of strength, while another part of me is like, this is risky. Wait, a gold orb appears? The gold orb appears. What? What's this? Okay, so if we do have the gold orb event, we should be able to actually finish this a lot faster than I thought. Provided I'm understanding things right. Okay. Let's see about this guy. Okay, we got him. We're not doing as bad as I thought after all. And we got Aegis. Oh, there's the gold orb. Yeah, I wanna do this. Okay, we should be able to get Aurelionite done fairly easily at this point. Provided we get some nice items here. Oh, Sign of the Mountain, we're definitely gonna be cruising here. Alright, there goes the Titans. Oh, alright. I thought you were done for a second there. Wait. Why not? Safer spaces, not bad. So we just got a corrupted item. These are basically like normal items except they have a different effect and corrupt other items that would normally be under the same category as them. Very fun. Okay, fighting this guy is turning out to be a bit of a fight. Oh, this sucks. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we can make some distance because the sun's getting very low. What the fuck? Would very much appreciate it if I wasn't getting damage for 2 seconds here. Okay, this will have to do. Visit some items. Neither of those great items. But for this character at least. Oh no. At the end for this. Okay, well, that build wasn't going great anyway. What time is it? How much more time do I have? We've almost been streaming for an hour. Tell you what I can do though. Alternate game modes. We can try. Let's try playing a trial. Okay. Artifact, spite, glass. Ooh, yeah, I don't like that. Artifact of glass is not something I'm okay with. In that case, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to call it for here for now. And I'm probably gonna return to this challenge next week. Probably within the weekdays, depending on how I'm feeling. Been a little bit tired as of late. It's also the weather not helping. It's one point is too hot, the other is too cold. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here and revisit this challenge next week. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good one, and I'll see you all next time. And yeah.